Okay, we're going to start with a half sheet of paper. So this is just a piece of computer paper, and I've cut it in half. You only need half today. This paper is going to be our fish paper. You can write with pencil or black crayon. I'm going to use a black marker so that it's easy for you to see. Now we're going to make 3 fish. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make a large fish, a medium fish, and a small fish. And fish start as ovals. So I'm going to start with a big oval. Doesn't have to be perfect. Kind of looks like a potato. Medium fish. It's going to be a medium oval. And a small fish. So a small oval. They do not have to be perfect, just do your best. Fish are all different shapes and sizes. Next, we're going to add the fish faces. So we're going to start with a curved line for each fish to show where the face is. And that's going to be made with a C shape. So the first one looks like this, a C shape. C shape right here, C, and a C. Next we'll add their eyes, and their eyes are a circle with a circle inside. So I'm going to add a circle, and then a circle inside. Then I'm going to color in that inside circle. Now this is where you can get a little creative, and you can choose where the fish is looking based on that circle inside. Watch this. This fish is looking that way. This fish is looking at you. Let's make this fish looking up. So if I want him to look up, I'm going to put that circle there, and he's looking up. So you can choose to put it in the middle, in the front of the eye, the top of the eye. You could also do the back or the bottom. Next, we're going to add a mouth, and there's different types of mouths you can add. You can add simply a smile. You could add an angry mouth or an open mouth. So that looks like a sideways V. And inside I'm going to add some zigzag lines for teeth. For this fish, you could also add an eyebrow to show that he's mad, if you want. So that just goes like this. It goes down towards the mouth, above the eye. This fish, we can add lips. Looks like this, looks like the letter B. B. And maybe this fish has eyelashes. So you can mix and match how you want. You can mix and match how you want your fish to look. Next, we're going to add the fins and the tail. So I think first we'll do the tail. There are also different kinds of tails you can add, different shapes. A really simple tail is a triangle. So it's going to go out, down, and back. Out, down, and back. So it's kind of like a triangle with part of it cut off. Up, down, back. Another kind of tail is similar to this tail, but it has a another triangle cut out of the inside. It looks like this. Out, down, out, down, and then another V on the inside. So we went out, down, V, and then down again, and back. It makes a really neat tail. Another kind of tail is a wavy line tail. Looks like this, wavy line out, wavy line back, wavy line out, wavy line back. Now let's add the fins. Typically fish have fins on top and underneath. So let's add some fins. Different types of fins are simply triangle fins. So I can do a couple triangles. Looks like a zig, zag, zig, zag line. And you can add those same triangles on the bottom. Zig, zag, zig, zag. Another kind of fin is a fin that goes up, back, and down. Looks like this. Up, back, and down. Up, back, down. And maybe he has a similar fin underneath. Down, back, up. Down, back, up. This fish, since it has a wavy tail, we could add wavy fins. It's up to you. I'm going to add some wavy fins, so that's just simply wavy line back, wavy line down. And the same thing on the bottom. Wavy line back, wavy line down. Nice job. It's a good looking fish. The next thing we're going to add is some lines on the fish's body. And those types of lines could be straight lines, could be zigzag lines, could be bumpy lines, could be castle lines, could be loopy lines, could be wavy lines. So I'm going to choose 3 of these for my fish. So I'm going to take one of these lines for my first fish and I'm going to repeat it on his body. I think I'll start with wavy lines. So I'm going to do wavy lines on this fish's body. So it's up to you what lines you choose. You don't have to choose the same thing as me. So I chose wavy lines and I did wavy lines on that fish. For the next fish, I'm going to do bumpy lines. So I'm going to choose bumpy lines and repeat bumpy lines on this fish's body. Bump, 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 bump. So I've chosen wavy lines for this fish, bumpy lines for this fish. I think my last one I'll do straight lines. Again, any of these will be great. So I'm going to do straight lines. Nice. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is add color to these fish with crayons. Now I'm going to add color to the fish in a specific way. I'm going to add color in a pattern. Let's talk really quick about what a pattern is. A pattern is something that repeats. So I have some blocks here. I'm going to start with, these are just Jenga blocks, red and blue, red, blue, red, red, blue, red. What's next? Blue. Red, blue, red, blue, red. Very good. Red, blue, red, blue, red. What comes next? Blue. Very good. So this is a pattern. Pattern. I can also do a pattern with objects, clothespins and paper clips. So let's make a pattern. So I have a clothespin, paper clip, clothespin, clothespin, paper clip, clothespin, paper clip. Very good. Clothespin, paper clip, clothespin, paper clip, clothespin, clothespin, paper clip, clothespin, paper clip, clothespin, paper clip. Very good. So this is a pattern. I have some crayons here, and I'm going to choose 2 crayon colors for my first fish, and then I'm going to color my fish in a pattern. So I'm going to start with one color, and then do the second color. First color, second color, first color, second color, first color, second color. So maybe I'll start with blue and red. So I'm going to do a pattern. I'm going to start with the face. And then I'm going to do every other thing all the way back red, and in between the reds will be blue. So after red in my pattern is blue. So I'm going to put my red down, add my blue. Then after blue in my pattern is red. I'm going to speed up the video so it will look like I'm going really fast, but I'm actually taking my time. There we go. We have our pattern. We have red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, the whole way of the fish's body. And then for the fins on the top and the bottom, I've just chosen one of my 2 colors. Doesn't matter which. I'm going to put those 2 away, and then I'm going to choose the next 2 I'd like to use for my next fish. Alright, so we have orange, green, orange, green, orange, green, orange for our pattern. For the last 2, I think I'm going to do yellow and red violet. Okay, we're going to cut these out later, but for now, we're going to keep them like this, and we're going to start on our background. So we drew our fish, now let's give them a home. So I have a large piece of paper. This was a half sheet. This sheet of paper is a little thicker. It's actually cardstock. You could also use painting paper or just something a little thicker than printer paper because we're going to be adding paint to it. I'm going to use a marker again. You can use a pencil or a black crayon. and we're going to be drawing a background. And we're going to be using many of these same lines that we talked about when we did our fish. So we're going to start with a wavy line. So this is going to be the ocean floor, and we're going to draw some different plants and rocks and things that live on the ocean floor. So I'm going to start with a wavy line. So anywhere you want, you're going to wavy line up and then wavy line back. And this is going to look like seaweed. Wavy line up and a wavy line back. Very nice. You can add as many of those as you want. Wavy line up, wavy line back. Maybe over here I'm going to add some more. Wavy line up, wavy line back. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So that's our wavy line. Another type of line that we can use is a straight line or a curved line. So I'm going to add a curved line, and it's going to look like a rock. So I'm going to start my curved line over here. It's actually going to run into my seaweed and jump the seaweed and continue down. So I just curve, 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 jump, and then finish the curve. That looks like a rock. You could add another rock if you wanted to. Another type of line is a zigzag line. So I'm going to add a zigzag line here. It's going to look like a plant. Or a sea urchin, I guess. Zig, zag, 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 zig. So a zigzag line that goes up and back down. Another way we can use our zigzag line is we can draw a starfish on our rock. So sometimes starfishes have more than 5 legs. So if you have a starfish with more than 5 legs, that's great. So I'm just going to zigzag line in a circle. Zig, zag, zig, zag, zig, zag, zig, zag, zig, zag. There we have a starfish. You can add a couple starfish if you want to. So just zigzag lines that go around to make a starfish. Another kind of line we can have is a bumpy line. So my bumpy line, I'm going to have it right here above my rock. You can have it anywhere you want. This is kind of going to look like coral. So I'm going to bump, 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 and then I'm going to go back down. Bump, 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 bump. I can maybe go up again. Bump, 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 and then go back down. Bump, 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 bump. Very nice. Looks good. Now I'm going to color this in. You can use whatever colors you want. And it's going to look like I'm going to go really fast, but I'm actually going really slow and taking my time. Looks great. How does yours look? Good? Nice job. Nice job coloring in all the different sea things that you made, the different plants and animals on the bottom of the ocean. The last thing we're going to add before we add some blue paint is we're going to add waves. And we're going to add the waves with white crayon. So you're not going to be able to see this very good, But what you're going to do is you're going to take the white crayon and you're going to add wavy lines all over in this white part of the paper. Those will show up after we add blue paint. They'll shine through the blue paint. So it's going to look like this. I'm just adding wavy lines. Again, I know you can't see them. Wavy lines. This is a wavy line. Okay, wavy lines. Maybe the wavy line curves and spins. And these are going to look like waves in the ocean. So just a white crayon and add some lines. Maybe you remember when we did our snowman picture, we added some white crayon to look like snow. Same thing. Okay, now on to the fun painting part. For the paint, you can use a tempera paint mixed with water. You could use watercolor paint. I'm using some liquid watercolor, and I have a little bit of water in this cup. So I'm just going to add a little bit of blue paint to that water. We want it pretty watery. So any kind of blue paint and then a little bit of water. Let's check it. Oh, it looks good. And do you see the waves shining through? Awesome. So I'm just going to paint my entire background. Are your waves shining through? Great. Make sure you didn't miss any spots around your plants, around your seaweed. That looks fantastic. Nice. I'm going to set that to the side and let it dry. And then we're going to cut out our fish. Okay, here we have our fish, and we're simply going to cut them out with the scissors. When you're cutting them out, make sure you don't cut off any of their fins or tails. All right, we have our 3 fish cut out, ready to go into the sea. We are going to make our fish stick out from the paper a little bit. They'll look a little more 3D, and it's really, really simple. So what you'll need is a piece of paper. This is a piece of cardstock. Another good option would be a piece of junk mail or the back of a magazine. Usually the paper is a little bit thicker. We're not going to see this in our picture, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into thirds. So I'm going to give it 2 cuts. 1, 2. So it was really long, and now it's in 3 little pieces. Okay, each piece is maybe 3 inches long. And then what I'm going to do with each of these is fold them into an M shape. So I'm going to do that just by simply folding it 3 times. So I'm going to fold it 1, fold it back on itself 2, and then fold it up this way again for the 3rd time. That's going to create a zigzag, the letter M. Pretty simple. I'll do that again. First fold, second fold, third fold. They don't have to be perfect M's. 3rd time. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 M's. and I'm ready to glue them onto my background. Each M is going to get a dot of glue on this side of the M and a dot of glue on this side of the M. And that's all the glue we'll need for each fish. I just have regular school glue. You could also use double-sided tape or glue stick. So a dot of glue there, dot of glue there, dot, dot, not a lot, dot, dot, that's it. Then I'm going to take a fish, going to put that glue dot on the back of the fish. I like to hold it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm simply going to choose a spot for my fish on my paper. So where do I want him swimming? I think right up here. And I'm just going to find the back of my M, where that glue dot is, and then press my fish down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when I lift off, the fish can move because I'll show you back here, that M has made the fish 3D. So he can move and he sticks out from the paper. I'm going to do that now with the other two fish. There's the three fish swimming in the ocean. They can move because of the M's behind, you can see. They look great. How does your project look? Nice job. See you next time.